5+ mistakes the average Filipino web design agency makes. The Philippines is a global BPO titan, attracting countless foreign businesses, especially from the US, Canada, Australia, and Europe, that want to outsource their web design needs. Yet somehow, many of the country's local sites are a pain to use. For a nation that logs one of the highest internet usage rates on the planet, it's a shame that many Filipinos still have to deal with websites that haven't kept up with the times. So, what are the usual errors the average Filipino web design agency commits? As follows are the ones we typically notice. Not mobile responsive. It's 2023, and many sites in the Philippines are still not optimized to screens of different sizes. It may be happening because designers either consider mobile interfaces an afterthought or don't test them enough to see whether visitors are interacting with them intuitively. Confusing navigation. In web design, breaking the 3-click, or tap, rule is a cardinal sin. It shouldn't take your visitors at least 4 clicks or taps to find what they're looking for. When they have to, it only means that you're not doing a good job at organizing your site's information properly. Perhaps your pages have logical issues. Or maybe your menu has unnecessary or is missing key categories. Boring aesthetics. A well-designed site has visual elements that jump off the screen. Not all of them should have to scream for attention. Most of them only need to look fresh without drawing attention away from what should be the center of attraction of each of your pages. When used in moderation, arresting aesthetics can stimulate the senses to help keep your visitors from bouncing, send your message across, and compel readers to reach out to you. Dubious elements. An overabundance of visuals can not only cause sensory overload, but also render your site less trustworthy. You don't want to clutter your pages with annoyingly intrusive pop-ups, needless graphics, and an overwhelming amount of buttons. Moreover, every reputable site has complete contact information and an About Us page with satisfying content. Lacking one of the two or both can be a red flag for discerning visitors. Inconspicuous call to action, CTA, buttons. CTAs perform one job in lead generation: to tell readers what to do next. Unfortunately, many web designers underappreciate the role they play and underemphasize them. Most internet users skim text-based content instead of reading it, so you're doing your brand a disservice when you don't use CTA buttons that pop. Poor inclusivity. Even the best web design company in the Philippines would admit that no site could please everybody. But it's fair to say that great web design is as inclusive as it can be. Inclusivity means making your site accessible to any visitor who could land on it. The problem is that people with disabilities are often not even a consideration of many Filipino sites. Web design is equally an art and a science. Everything about how your site looks and feels should be intentional and well thought out, or else you might drive out the visitors that discover it. To make your site as sticky as possible, leave it to a reputable web design agency like SDev Technologies. Contact us today to discuss your ideas for your site and get a quote.